Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Dustin Ribellini, and as we mentioned, March is upon us. Madness is coming next week, but right now, conference tournaments, some teams already clinched their ticket, and some teams could as soon as tonight, tomorrow, the weekend. So it's an exciting time, and we talked about it last time we were together. These conference tournaments are sometimes underrated. We all think about the big dance, and we all think about the tournaments and the pools and the brackets. These conference tournaments are a lot of fun.
There's a lot of good games, a lot of teams you don't get to see a lot. I actually had the pleasure of my alma mater was in their Big South Conference tournament, the Campbell University team. They lost to Winthrop in the conference championship, but it was good to see a school that I went to playing for
on ESPN
for a chance to the NCAA tournament. You see a lot of these teams in the Horizon League. I don't know if you've seen that. The number 10 seed Milwaukee is in the championship game Tuesday night. Sorry, it was Tuesday night.
Yep.
And a team that had 23 losses coming in, now they're playing for, these kids, that's what I said last week, is these kids give all that they have to just play one more game and have that chance to play in the NCAA tournament. Like you said, leads to a lot of great basketball, and it's just beginning.
And a team that's in our backyard, a little north, UVM, you're a big fan, a big follower of the Catamounts, and they play on Saturday. I think it's a 11
o'clock,
11 a.m. start against Albany. What is that, the Great Danes?
Yes.
Okay, so undefeated in the regular season conference. They're going to be the favorite. But as we know, in these things, anything can happen. Underdogs can easily win these games.
Well, for anybody who doesn't really follow the America East that closely, the UVM-Albany series and history has just been very interesting. Albany's a team that it gives UVM a lot of problems. Since 2005, when UVM won the tournament game against Syracuse.
Yes, okay.
Since then, they've made the conference tournament 6 times. They're 2-4 in the conference finals, 0-3 against Albany. So they've lost 3 straight title games to Albany, 2 of them at Patrick Gym, where this game will be Saturday. So as a UVM fan, Albany was not the team I wanted to see.
Right.
UVM is very good. Look, UVM should win this basketball game, but just the history you've had with a team, it's kind of like the Patriots and the Giants.
Right.
Patriots fans don't want to see the Giants in the playoffs. UVM fans did not want to see Albany just because they've pulled 2 upsets in the last 7 years at Patrick Gym. Hopefully a third time's a charm for UVM.
Yeah, UVM's already taken care of Maine in the first round, took care of UNH earlier this week
Monday,
pretty easily.
74-41.
Right, so now they get to dispatch the team from New York and see if they can do that. Going to another local conference, obviously Dartmouth not in the tournament, but the first year of the Ivy League tournament down at the Palestra in Philadelphia, and you have Penn and Princeton and Harvard and Yale on Saturday, then the winners play on Sunday for the championship. Exciting stuff. First time in the Ivy League history they'll have a tournament.
A lot of people who like this tournament, like that it's the first time, but there's some pundits out there that do not like the Ivy League tournament. And talk about the first year, some fuel for their fire. Princeton, undefeated in regular season. They play the semifinals on the road, essentially. A home game for Penn.
Yeah.
So we've been clamoring for an Ivy League tournament, and now I don't want to say it's wrong, but it's kind of unfair to Princeton that they played all season to get the number 1 seed, and they have to play on the road against a Penn team. I still think Princeton will win, but it's for those people who don't like the Ivy League tournament, this adds to their fire.
And that is one of the things about these conference tournaments that are, in the ACC, it doesn't really matter. If you're UNC, you're going to the tournament. But these lower-ranked conferences, because we had a situation this weekend where I think Monmouth was the favorite, and they had to go on the road because the tournament was at Siena or whatever it was, because that was where the tickets would be sold and that's where the most fans would be. And then they get basically a road game and they lose. They're the best team. Now, they're not going in because that team isn't going to get another bid. So some people like the conference tournaments because it adds that excitement, but then you play all year for a great record like Princeton, and it could be gone just like that.
It's hard for these number 1 seeds. We've seen some of them go down. I'm a proponent that says if you're the number 1 seed and you win your conference regular season going away, if you're tied, that's different. But if you're a Monmouth or a Princeton or a UVM and you're that good, you should win your conference tournament.
Yeah. All right, so going to, like I said, the big schools, the big boys, we have 4 number 1 seeds right now are projected to be UNC, in no particular order, UNC, Villanova, Gonzaga, and Kansas.
Yes.
Those probably stay, or can there be some movement?
I think Kansas and Villanova are locked in, regardless of what they do in their conference tournaments. I think UNC is virtually there as long as they get to the conference semifinals and don't lose early. Maybe the conference finals, I think they're in. Gonzaga has to win the West Coast Conference, which I think they will against St. Mary's. I think that those 4 will end up being the number 1 seeds, barring some crazy stuff that happens.
And probably it looks as if UNC or Gonzaga, one of those teams doesn't make it. the Pac-12 winner, most likely,
whoever wins.
assuming it's an Oregon, Arizona, or UCLA.
Correct.
If they both lose out early, then Pac-12 makes it, and maybe one of them can still get it.
Right.
Who's
right? There's really no other challenging team. Right.
I mean, I guess you could make an argument if Louisville wins the ACC, but who knows what's going to happen?
Those teams are good enough where I think they'll win their conference tournament.
Right, exactly, or at least get there, because Roy Williams knows that he wants to get there. He wants to get to the ceiling of the roof. I don't know if we can figure that out, but. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have a lot of NFL off-the-field talk. Combine just finishing up, draft ahead. We'll talk about the Patriots and their moves. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.